Hi, it's Matt. Today we're going to take a look at the Panzer III, which was a German tank used primarily in the early parts of World War II. In this view we see the schürzen, which I believe means skirt or skirting in German. By the middle of World War II, the Panzer III was outclassed, so they repurposed the chassis for use as the basis for the StuG III and other specialized armored vehicles. The StuG III also took advantage of the schürzen, which were essentially steel plates that were held a little bit off the sides of the tank so they would absorb and dissipate the energy of the shot so that it wouldn't penetrate to the main body. We'll continue the unbuild process by removing the commander's cupola and the top back of the turret. Next is the bustle, which is that piece on the back of the turret. And from here we're going to remove the top front roof of the turret. The cannon and the mantlet comes off, and that's what that looks like. I couldn't find a conical piece for the base of the cannon. If I had one in dark gray, I would have used it. I also really improvise with that, using that piece those pieces that are normally jointed to use as the main part of the gun barrel. All right, let's get this up here, and you can see the inside of the turret a little better. I'll pull it off and turn it over. And there's another view looking at the back inside of the turret. And here's the turntable piece that is underneath the turret. Next we're going to spin it around to take a better look at the back. The rear deck just hinges up and pulls out of the way. You'll see that on either side of the main hull there are slope pieces in the back, and that's to accommodate that sloped back deck. Once the fender pieces come off, you'll see underneath are special 1x2 centering pieces. This is so I could offset the fenders to give this tank an overall width of 9 studs. Meanwhile, the width of the upper hull is 6 studs across. I'm going to take apart the center front of the upper hull. Here you can see the machine gun, which is made by Kobe, hashtag sponsor me please, and it actually goes through that other Lego piece. Okay, we're going to remove the fenders up front. The fender skirts at the very front use these hinged pieces. I would have used them in the back, but I ran out of parts. I've folded down the chin of the front end, and you can see the hinge pieces inside. I'm pointing out here how there are little 1x1 studs that should be here. It's missing here because that's where the schürzen connected. Here I'm pointing out how the tread is being sandwiched between the 1x2 centering pieces at the top and the shelf pieces underneath. Got the treads peeled up here to give you a better view of the bogey wheels. There's a number of ways you can mount the wheels, but I use these standard Lego car axle pieces. I'll pull one off here in a sec. There we go. Looking at the very back, I chose a piece that just gives the idea of exhaust pipes. And that whole thing folds down on hinges. By pulling out the main central part of the upper hull, you can see the long, smooth pieces that act as the shelves that serve to pinch the treads in place. This is what that looks like upside down. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about how I made the treads here. I use a third-party flexible brick tape, and in this case I just cut it with scissors right halfway down the studs to make it 1.5 studs wide. For better precision, I would recommend using the X-Acto, but kids, if you're going to do that, make sure you have a parent supervising. And thanks so much for liking and subscribing and sharing. Don't forget to hit that bell so you won't miss another riveting episode of Matt's Custom Creations. Thanks a lot, y'all. Bye.